because for a lot of people, chilo chiripo chekutanga, but then the usual conversation is, what can I do with it? So is it possible to start a business with just little capital, and maybe if you can point to us to what can be done?
Yes, definitely it's very possible to start a business with very little, and to some extent without even money as a capital. Where else you can use human resources.
Mm-hmm.
But the concept most people that believe maybe one day there will be someone come from somewhere else to give me start, or otherwise my uncle, the government or the bank would finance their ideas, of which that's a very wrong perspective, or wrong, because otherwise you grow old and utongochembewa usatotanga business.
Katobvunza mwasatanga ndokuziva takatomirawo mari idzodzo dzekuti pana achauya tichitodzinamatira kuti pana achauya achingoti big sum of money.
Exactly. And the concept of people thinking that you need a lump sum to start a business, I think you need to wrap up well-established organizations. So let's say any well-established organization and I show for a branch, only open that for brand, we finish, we everything and buying vehicles. So I think this is the concept that I should follow when I want to start a business. I have a different story that I share through experience, how I started my own business, which I believe now I have recruited more than 108 employees locally.
Wow.
And operating in SADC, that is in Botswana, DRC, Zambia, and Namibia.
So from your own lived experience of how you started your business.
Exactly. So, what you need to understand or to pick for you to start that. Because when I don't I think I'm a motivational speaker. I started
a restaurant with one rice.
No, that's totally different. I started my business. I had something like I would say 150, even though it was in Pula. That's about 1,500. And honestly, I always try to detail. I might be limited because of time today, but I always try to detail how I started to grow $150 to be where we are now. We have fleet of vehicles, we've got private, we've got commercial buildings, we're building a huge business, starting from 150. And it seems like a miracle.
Yes.
But when you try to track back how it happened, it's really practical that anyone can do. So I would say, give an advice that you need to select business around something that you know personally, so that in the event of not having money, certain things you can do. You can be the first employee of the organization. For example, if you want to start maybe Trixon, you need at least to have that knowledge. It's a machine and Machira Trixon. So in our case, we are into construction and Takatangani brick production. And thinking of 150, what can you do?
Yes.
It was enough to buy 10 bags of cement, my agriculture, and all that. And then I had to wake myself and a colleague, Titanga bricks.
Mega.
Tega. So you'd find out the first consignment, 350 bricks out of 10 bags. Titengesa, we plowed back the money into business.
Okay.
Then the next time, also 20 bricks, which means our production to 700 bricks. From 700 bricks to 1,000, and it grows just like that. And we keep on investing back in the business.
So you feel Diamaito with Sisa Kudara, you're from a construction background.
Exactly.
So you could actually do it and understand, all right, I want to do construction, but then you can't get a dinner.
Exactly. So now it becomes an advantage for us, because if we produce bricks and someone wants to build a house, we supply from in-house. And then if someone wants to buy bricks only, we will sell bricks. But the challenge that I see for so many people is trying to balance. Because let's say someone are putting in the $500 this week, you would not business. I can talk about 500 I can have stock, which means upkeeping assessing. I akada kukwira kombi akada kutenga relish food and all the stuff. So the issue inotinetsende kuti so how do we balance there? Topa balance say kuti business riende mberi and ndoramba achiraramawo semunhu. It takes a lot of discipline. The first step is to accept to downsize. Because it's a challenge of men in our life. To right, this is my life, and I don't want people to see as if I'm struggling. And then you suffer in that concept that you need a business like what 500 or 800 case cannot talk to any other thing to boost your personal life. So I think that is the way so many people try or fail to balance.
Okay.
To an extent, you could not a business. No, this is town people think I'm you come after 2 weeks or a month, you don't know that is it a market or what exactly happened. So in most cases, that's the major problem. You would not over no investor. But out of means more business here in
So how are you able to sustain like your livelihood that time? Just to oil and lubricate your everyday day-to-day lives and needs. Not even wants, but the needs.
No, actually, that was the only capital which was there. That's why I said a 6 phase of downsize and even go to I termed it a dry period, which means in no time you will survive with the least that you get. So for example, if you start your business, so we take Amazon, and surely your profit per day is $5. We cannot expect you to make expense a day personally, other half of the money that you are making. So which means easy to do no you pay $8, so $5, what in the $1. Time to buy that time you work with home cooked food. Then you carry it to work so that you avoid spending.
Okay.
People go to watch one of if it is a walkable distance, wake up early and then you walk. So those are the methods that you can adopt to reduce my expenses in order to grow the business.
Yeah, I guess like you're saying, for most people, and I need to downsize, I need to just downgrade a bit for now. Because we live also for the people.
Exactly. But the proverb that says in order to live like a king, you should live like a slave at first. So at least you need to sacrifice a certain period or that waste life in order to give your business a chance to grow. Because only what is needed in business is time. If you give it time and you invest it back, the revenue will grow. I've never seen a person order but you find out that the business is generating income. The challenge now is to manage that income.
Yeah. Kwepapa matwari pemunhu anenge achitomboti ahodho stock yake achitenda kuti zvichanotengwa zvichipa zvangoenda pamarket business ichitanga kutofamba rakadaro and then otoona kuti hapana chiri kumuvha. What to do in that case?
I would advise before someone attends. Because panic survey if you want to sell my vegetables, the market yaChandra kune vari kutengesawo vakuita mari vane maproducts akadii. Saka ndikazoya neproduct market iyaya, is it going to compete? Am I going to manage the price that is currently existing? So it's not a matter which now and one mari then the automated one is what things are not bearing. Also looking yeah, without making a survey. So I think what is it? It's a complex topic that requires a lot of things to consider. The capital that we have, the available market, your targeted market, competition, and even yourself, the supplier, and the distance between where you are getting your product and where you are selling. There are a lot of factors that you need to look into. So that also to invest money yako, you better as a result. Because I think you are not as a invest at a business, and I took an annual. But Pabuzo Nura, penny would never a proper research of what you want to do.
You can also hit us up on our WhatsApp platform. We're also live on Facebook talking about how to start a business with little capital. And he gave us a personal testimonial of how he started his own business, with just $150. And now he owns buildings and hundreds of employees under him from that place. Yeah, you can continue, Doc.
Okay, then now there's another concept in it why hesitate to start a business where they don't focus on the product. And what I certainly do came to me because I teach much of these topics on my Facebook page, and it came to me, I got branded a warehouse, well branded, furniture and everything. And I said, it looks nice. What did you want to do? So I'm being able to supply my councils and my companies for refusal collection. I thought, okay, how much was to produce each bin? The price was very low, and he was targeting to produce at least to start with 100 bins. But now, because most of the money went to branding and make the office looks good, Saga, if you go to a person with that mindset, I'm not a million or a lot of capital to start a business. And then this is a topic that is very crucial to those who want to come into business or those who are struggling. I should try to balance balance. Because honestly, if you don't understand this concept, you are likely to fail along the way or to hesitate until you don't start.
Okay.
Yes.
Got a message here saying, what can you say was the turning point of your own business? What was that turning point?
It was almost after 6 months when we were having now enough to buy cement to produce stock that we can sell and keep some for in-working customers. And that question is very crucial because Panamantanga business within a month or 2 months of it's possible that you can run your business just break even for 6 months. That is a period we believe gather your market, my in and outs, my challenges are more within the business. So 6 months is a good period. Break even.
Okay, so you should be patient to some extent. How do you then know I've really tried and it's time to let go of it as well? Because there's a difference. Yeah, patience, and actually then wasting your time and investing in something that's not going to bring you any returns.
If you start a business that is giving an outright loss, and then you try to look for a solution and find out that maybe the solution is likely to require more money, it's a dangerous business. If you start a business that can give losses in 2 or 3 consecutive months without break even, you need to revisit and see if you are really doing things right. Because honestly, let me take a very practical scenario here. If you want to sell eggs, unotenga mazai pamwe ari 100 at $10. Umatengesa with a markup profit of maybe 30%, over $13. It should be a common sense, but if you repeat the same process, you should appreciate income or growth in the revenue. But you go to getting $800, $80. That is a very dangerous point. You cannot expect any miracle in that scenario. So it's very, very important to monitor the income revenue and against the order price. That is if you are buying and selling. The other industry of manufacturing, that is an industry which is more profit, but it might need a different approach because you produce and wait for customers to come and buy. Yes.
All right. So my business so you do not advise me to try
it's very dangerous to dive in a flow of business which is at peak. I always say to people, try to be the first. When something new is coming, try to be the first. Coming into the business that is already existing, you are going to face serious challenges on competition and penetrating the market. So most of the time I encourage people to look into business which is solving a problem in your community, rather than just try to create something new that you need to advertise a lot for people to accept.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a good example. If in your community there is a challenge of water, that everyone is struggling to get water, and then you decided to get a bowser to provide water, what are the chances that you are going to sell your water? The chances are very high because it's something that is already in demand. And to answer again your question when asked about maybe the trend in business or something is too far to in the market, it will depend on the demand as well.
Mm-hmm.
If the demand is too high, such that the people who are supplying are asked to supply,
Yes.
there's a gap to get in also and share the market.
Wow, I wish we had more time, Dr. Banabasi, but then we have run out of it. Kunada Kubatai, your handles and or where to find you.
Okay, they can follow me on Facebook. I've got my page, Dr. Banabasi Marambire, where I always give maths and practical examples, and we will learn more about business. But it's my passion to share my knowledge with others so that we can grow together.
Wow, thank you so much for making time. We're also live on Facebook, Dr. Banabasi Marambire Day on Mondays right here on Star FM, taking our time to 10 o'clock.